welcome to the Wild Woman Enchanted studio. We're here today to talk about the third Wild Woman superpower of spirit tracking. If you're not sure what that is, stay tuned because we'll tell you all about it and why she's necessary for our soul voice and why she needs to be in our world always.
I love it.
I love it too. So subscribe below so you don't miss any of these episodes of our series of 9 Wild Woman superpowers. We're in number 3 of the series, and so let's get started. Let's get cracking. Let's get spirit tracking.
Oh my God, I love how you rhymed that.
I'm Elizabeth McLeod, and I'm the founder of Wild Woman Enchanted, and author and illustrator of the Wild Woman mystery cards, and teacher and student of all things magical.
And I'm Sarah Sahota, and I'm a speaker and a life artist.
We're here today to share with you the superpower of spirit tracking.
As you look for and attend to your wild soul voice, you realize you must stay conscious of your energy. You look for old patterns that are alive in your present life. You look at where you are drained of energy and where you are supported.
Wild Woman knows she is the guardian of her energy. Her tools, information, and tracking she has gathered. She continues to track her spirit, gathering information and learning. She travels over the mountains in her mind and the wild oceans of her belly and the surges that pulse through her veins. She tears up the roots, finds lush areas to plant forbidden seeds, and risks becoming new again as she learns of her underground self. She innately knows this work is crucial for her growth and brings a compelling nature to her world.
So what I hear you saying in this, since this has been previously written by Liz and featured in magazines.
Oh yes.
What I hear you saying is that it's the tracking of how our spirit is, the energy of our spirit, and we talked about being in our power and what that feels like. In order to be in our power, we must be aware of what is.
Right, and awareness is key. It's a very good way of putting it, because our awareness is the key place. Like I was saying in one of the previous videos, there's 3 key things to being human. It's our energy, clarity. Then when we have the energy, we have so much energy and we have to find the clarity, and with the clarity we find awareness. So when we have that, when we can spirit track. When we're working with that and we can use it, we can go backwards, we can spirit track to find those places as well. Right. It is like tearing up your roots, because you have to really see what it is that you are doing. When you're spirit tracking, it's like I have this image of sitting on a little cut off stump in a forest and sort of trying to find my way out of that forest. Right. Like, how do you find your way when the path isn't really there? Right. Well, you have to track, you have to use your spirit tracking sort of senses that we used to have in the old days when, we went out and hunted and gathered. Yeah. We would spirit track, or we would track an animal, or we'd try to track the moons or the cycles in order to do our rituals. Well, this is the same kind of thing. It's using that ancestral kind of knowing that we used to have and bringing it back into urban life.
Yeah, what comes up for me is I think that oftentimes we walk around looking, not spirit tracking, but circumstance tracking. Yes. So I know when this happens, I feel this, and when this happens, I feel this, instead of what I call becoming the observer and saying, oh, this is interesting. When this happens, this impacts me this way.
That is a beautiful way to put it, because we are the guardians of our energy. So if you're noticing that it impacts you in a certain way, then you make a decision about what you need to do. So sometimes we have our energy taken from us, sometimes we give it away, sometimes we don't know where it went, or we get scattered, but we can't do anything about it if we haven't tracked it, if we don't know what's happening, if we can't see ourselves inside of that. So I really love the way you put that. We are the guardians of our energy, and we need to know what's going on with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Let's pull a card and see what is it that we need to have in terms of our wild soul voice, that we realize that it brings us this consciousness of that energy. Let's see what we need. And Sarah's going to pull a card with that in mind. Okay. Seriously, okay, so magic. You have the power to transform all that comes to you. Within every reaction is you. Sometimes it looks like what is happening is outside yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Yet a story is unraveling. Your card karma and destiny in a way you haven't seen before. So if you're spirit tracking,
Mm-hmm.
you can actually see this coming,
Yeah.
which is also the part of the superpower
Yeah.
of the spirit tracking. So before something hits, or before your energy is taken, or before you have to guard it even,
Yeah.
you can do something because you see it. It's unraveling before you.
Mm-hmm.
Enveloped in your reaction is a play to upset the status quo. So as a spirit tracker, you don't have an informed path that you're following. You're just tracking.
Yeah.
You're not doing something particular.
Right.
You're just tracking.
You're just noticing.
Yes, you're just
Yeah.
noticing.
You're being the noticer.
You're being the noticer.
Yeah.
I like that. You're being the noticer, right?
Yeah, and it's interesting, right? Because I think as human beings, the experience is, it's out here, it's coming at us, we get triggered. There's this moment, it's like this big,
Yeah.
between getting triggered and reacting.
You know, in the wolf tribes, you know, when they see an intruder come in, they get very they go as a pack, and that you can see their ribs going in and out, and they're focused on what they need to be attended to. So we have to claim that back. We have to reclaim that sort of ability to focus, ability to notice, ability to become aware of what we need to do, so that we can put the oxygen on ourselves first, and then, my goodness, you are so surprised with how you can take care of everyone around you as well.
Yeah, it's incredible
Including
from a
yourself.
full tank. Yeah.
So, and with that, be sure to subscribe below, and be sure to tell us in the comments what you do to Spirit Track and how it affects you. Make sure that you subscribe below, because we have more episodes on our superpowers coming up. The next one is, let me just take a look, the superpower of staying awake. And we look forward to seeing you then.
Bye.